work? Preview show for us boys. You might have to. You might want to.
Food Net, what do you guys got? Okay.
Snap left. That's not good.
Channel.
Doesn't look like it worked.
Hold on. I mean, it might just be. Let me check on my phone.
Whole video just crashed. Wait, try again. Try again. It's showing live now.
Hold on. Subscriptions. Yeah.
You're gonna be sick.
Was it swang? Oh, it was swang.
Hey, League
Welcome
fans.
back, That's Sugar League fans.
That door needs to stay open because there's an air vent in there.
So hot. Oh.
That's air. Unless you close that vent in there and.
Alright, guys, who's at the booth?
James and
Don't do
Ben.
that with your body, please.
Wait,
James
come
Ben
watch.
Ruby.
Come
James
watch.
Ben
James, I think
Come
she
watch.
said keep
It's
doing
about to
it.
happen. It's about to happen. It's about to happen.
Shoot and shoot.
Wait, come look. Come look. Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's like only an 80-second delay.
It's really
It's
delayed.
so delayed.
Good, good.
Wait for it.
Wow, it's just now doing that?
He was right foot creeping on him.
You know, my body's in there. I didn't know.
My body. How about wide ring visual?
There's
You want to
What's
see
her-
my punched
her
over body
her
coming any
her
second.
dark pouch. I
What?
couldn't think of the word.
Dark
Pocket.
pouch.
They're gonna get stroke.
Punched mom. Look at me.
Is there like
Look,
a
I tried to
scene?
fix
Hold
it.
on, I'm gonna add a scene.
Generally, can I see the draft board?
iPad?
Can I pull it
What?
out?
Wait.
No, I got an idea. Hold on.
Wait.
Oh,
What?
welcome back.
Is this something I'm supposed to read, or is this just a prop?
No, it's just like okay. Here's. All right. You don't. Hold on. Hang on. Just put.
Get up, get up.
Come on.
This pen-
honest.
Have you had your ears pierced this whole time?
They're magnets.
Oh, sick.
All right, we can.
These are real.
I know. I couldn't commit to the
Dude, it's scary.
I know.
It's really not, guys. Just try it out. That's on the stream. You're on the stream, man.
Gleam LARP.
That's better.
Yeah.
It's just like 80% the sheet.
I feel like it didn't help at all.
I can't see.
Did anyone hear something?
Dude, look at the
It looks like we're in a cave doing the
Need
broadcast.
something?
Like
It's
we're in
going
the
down.
orbit.
How is it going down?
Dude,
All right.
dude, can we get like a light? Can you turn on the lamp or
How is this? Too much. Too much.
turn on the lamp?
How's that?
Is this the camera that was used to film the Second Amendment?
No, this is from The Office. I grabbed them all today. I mean, no, I didn't. Is it
Couldn't.
Okay, see, now the problem though is the clock is over your head.
No, it's fine.
The clock.
Look at the screen. Oh, you move it again. That's
All right.
too much. Yep.
Never
that
too
is
much, dude. Never too much, dude. Guys, just don't worry too much about this opening segment.
That's good right there.
Is that good?
Perfect. That's
Is that
perfect.
good?
Perfect.
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 All right. I mean, you guys are like you're in a cave.
Yeah.
Drummer Fortress. All right, let's go. Then let's start it off.
Cue us up. Is it
Down.
recording?
What is James' title?
Co-host.
Okay.
Co-host.
Good evening and welcome back to the 2025 National Soccer League Draft. I am your host, Ben Hoover. Follow along with
Co-host James Hummel.
and your league commissioner, Matt Hummel. How you doing tonight, Matthew?
Doing well. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys tonight.
Yes, we've got a big night in store for all of you guys. I'm sure the energy is just buzzing here in Atlanta, Georgia. Just looking forward to see who the first pick is going to be off the board for the Boomers. In particular, we've got a lot of fresh talent coming in, filling in on all these teams. Excited to see where they all wind up. What do you got to say, James?
You know, I'm really looking forward to the draft. I know a lot of teams had a kind of a disappointing season, maybe didn't turn out quite as they were hoping. I think the draft is going to be a great starting point to kind of revitalize the team, you know, fill in those missing links that they might have identified. I'm really excited to see where these teams end up at the end of the night.
You know, I like what co-host James said there. This is the moment that these teams who have finished in the bottom half have been waiting for all summer long. The anticipation has been building to a climax, and here it is tonight. The draft itself, and we have got some top-tier talent on the table for
Absolutely.
us. Ben, James, I'd love to hear your pick on who you think is going to be the number one overall pick for the Boomers in just a few minutes, short time.
Absolutely, Matthew. Thank you for teeing that off. And I'll just say, first and foremost, I think the Boomers need a lot, so it's really a toss-up across the board as far as who they could take. As far as the top five in the draft,
Go back!
As far as our draft board, there's some great players in line.
Where's the booth?
I think personally, my pick has got to be Marcus Gross out of Germany. I think he's a forward who brings a lot of electricity, a lot of consistency. You could say he's a higher floor and high ceiling prospect, but really any of these top three players are going to fill in amazingly on their team. All of them, it's a very offensive heavy draft class to start.
You know, for me, I'm going to go with the low-hanging fruit. I'm kicking it off with Leonardo Becker, you know, easy with a top-placed draft pick. You know, coming from Argentina, he's going to have that pace, he's going to have that skill that the team is looking for. You know, they were a bit behind on goals scored and wins overall, so I think he's going to be what they're looking for to, you know, step it up to the next level and get a better place this season.
You know, you guys are making some good points. Obviously, the Boomers did lose their top talismanic striker, Sergei Kalishnikov, in the offseason in a shock deal to the Conductors just a few weeks ago. But, you know, I think we might be overlooking a few things here. They might need more of that creative cog in the midfield. I look at a player like Gimun out of Spain. You know, and they're mocked here in our draft as needing a center attacking mid or center forward. So I think that could be a sleeper pick, maybe a dark horse for this team. We'll have to see what they end up deciding. Not really as much of a fit. Marcus Gross is obviously the prototypical Boomers forward build at 6'3", 185 pounds.
You know, you bring up a great point. Gimun, I feel like, is one of the most well-rounded players. Any one of these teams, frankly, of any of the teams in this league, would be happy to have him on the roster. That's a great pick, Matthew. But really, any of these top five players, whether it's Leonardo Becker, Rui Pedro Martins, has not really been talked about much here out of Portugal. Another player who could really amp up that firepower from a struggling Boomers team. Really excited to see what they decide to go with here.
Let's draft! We'll see you all in just a few short minutes as we gather our guests in the war room. See y'all around.
And then go say something, dude.
Thunderbirds, you guys lost. How do you feel?
Guys,
guys.
What's up,
Everyone's just
Steven?
upstairs, just like
Milling about. Good, good,
Good
good.
to see you,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Should we send
Also,
them down now?
Hello and good evening, fans. I'm your host, Ben Hoover, here alongside James Hummel, and we are going to be your masters of festivities here tonight. So the Boomers on the clock here with the #1 overall pick. They finished dead last in the season standings. James, what do you have to say about their season performance so far?
You know, I think they really expected more as the season went on, and they just kept losing and losing their matches. You know, we saw a lot of weaknesses, you know, within the midfield, within the offense, you know, and I think they're really looking for anything as a morale boost for the team. So, you know, having that first pick, there's a lot of good contenders. We've seen a lot of forwards up. We got Leonardo Becker. We've talked about him previously. We've got Marcus Gross. You know, he's also a top contender. You know, I'm thinking they're going to take an offensive striker to really pick up the goals scored as they were diabolical last season.
Diabolical.
That's just what I'm thinking.
You know, I think that's a great point, James. Great take. Because, you know, after the season they had, despite the disappointing results, they really had some massive outpouring of fan support. You know, some of the most rabid fan base in the league. I'd say the Boomers were probably the most ravenous of them all. And so it was really great to see how they surrounded the team despite the adversity they faced. They are just itching and looking to see if they can have some hope here. And I think really any of these top 3 players in the draft board are going to really bolster that and give them hope for the future. So excited to see what they do, excited to see who they pick. It really is a toss-up between Leonardo Becker, Roy Pedro Martins, and Marcus Gross. Though be on the lookout for Gimun out of Spain as a surprise pick. He really is an all-rounder who could fit in any one of these teams. Just he's so consistent, so well-rounded. The projected #1 overall pick in a lot of draft boards pre-season of last year, but he's been supplanted by these upcoming talents who've just had amazing seasons in the minor leagues, scoring a lot of goals, racking them up. Because, you know, the draft board always prioritizes strikers and forwards. Not
That's their overall.
Just to give a quick overview of what we're looking at here for those who may be confused, we have the overall score, which is what their current rating is as of now. Their projected score, which is where they may end up, and their potential was they could end up there if they reach their max potential. So as you can see, normally we have a kind of a lower rating at the beginning, you know, as they're kind of getting their footing, and then over time the projected score goes up, and then their potential ending at a higher end, as you can see there in the green. So easy, you know, red, orange, yellow, green, you know, how good they are now, how good they could become. So just pay attention to that as you're looking at the stats.
On the red, the yellow, the green.
Man, it looks like the Boomers are taking their time with this pick, which is unsurprising considering just the wealth of talent. But it is a bit curious because they have had months and months to prepare for this draft. What did you say? They have known who their pick is going to be probably for quite some time because there's been no reason to anticipate who's picking before them, who's after them. So curious that they are, you know, taking their time on this pick. So we'll see what they do here.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all we got.
You got our DJ Stephen Hummel here, keeping the festivities lively. Are we doing an audience? Let's hear it. Whoop. We've got young Gavin, manager of the Wyvern Riders, here in person tonight, representing his boyhood club of Arsenal. He has really enjoyed the opportunity to manage this team in the National Soccer League. And a huge shout out to our sponsors, Creature Comforts out of Athens, Georgia, Minecraft out of Sweden.
Yes!
And Genesee out of Rochester, New York. And we've got our first pick here right now for the Boomers.
It's going to take me some time to get used to. Sorry, guys. It's a lot.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Alright, hold on. Who was that?
Well done.
Well, and we have our first overall pick of the draft here for the Brooklyn Boomers, and that is Marcus Gross out of Germany. The striker, right-footed, 6'2", 185 pounds, known for his finishing, his aggression. Not really a big header or free kick guy, but man, he's going to bring a lot of pace, a lot of passion, a lot of intensity to the pitch.
Orcas are on the clock.
Huh?
Orcas are on the clock. Say something.
Oh, also the Orcas are on the clock now. Speaking of teams that need help desperately, man, I don't even know what country or what town they're from, but man, they struggled this year, mainly in large part to the back of their goalkeeper, Kayvon Giramani, to start the year, replaced by their high top 5 draft pick, Edwin Hran out of Estonia, who was a godsend because their defense is terrible. So we're going to look for the Orcas to draft really from any of these positions. It's going to be a best player available situation here because they are desperate for goals. They're desperate for success. But don't be surprised to see them look for Patrick Schinkel out of Germany as well, the highest rated defender in this draft class. They really struggled in keeping goals out of the net last year. What do you think, James?
Yeah, you bring up some good points. I gotta agree with you. You know, I think really this top picks here for them. I think, like you said, they had a lot of weaknesses. You know, like we were mentioning earlier, I would not sleep on Zeman though. You know, I think he is as a midfielder on the top-rated team. You know, I think that he could fit in anywhere, and that he could fill that gap. You know, helping out offensively and defensively. As I kind of struggled with, you know. Kudos to the Boomers for not taking a top pick and really analyzing the roster here and seeing what their team needs. So I hope that that the Orcas follow suit here and really pick what they think they need based on the last season. So I think that there's a lot of good options here, but I'm looking forward to see what they go with.
Yeah. Absolutely, James. So the Orcas are on the clock here. We're going to see what they do with their pick here. In the meantime, let's talk about let's look ahead to see what the other teams in the top 5 are going to be doing.
Don't do anything.
So after the Orcas, we have the Conductors, another shambolic team, just known for not having a lot of depth. A lot of players coming out of the Lakeside Academy who are promoted to Atlanta. Really not known for their depth, but a lot of household names that have been fan favorites amongst the league. But they're probably looking to replace across all positions as well. Of course, having a top 2 pick last year, their defense has been greatly bolstered. We're going to look to see if they can add on to the offensive side of the ball. Already with a great attacking forward in Matt Hummel. And other players such as Graham Shunk, Aaron Stouter. They're a great team on the come up. They got cut. This is news to me. Graham has made his transfer to the Brooklyn Boomers, same namesake as their manager. Other teams in the top 4 are the DC Minutemen, which after losing their talismanic forward, Ahmed Seisman, they are looking to replace his production here up top. So really any one of these attacking forwards, you can look for them to draft in this class. Going to their longtime rivals, the Texas Terminators, truly a shock in the free agent market.
How does he figure out the value?
Heard the noise.
I need DJ, keep it going. 1 second. Something's gone horribly wrong.
It's Bob.
Make sure you say that.
I don't know if it's fixed or not, Graham. You have to let me know in the chat, bro. How do I pause the video? This is holy cow, this is bad. Dude, he was just kidding around. No, you're Central Midnight, buddy. Sorry.
What?
Can't leave.
Okay, this is gonna be really bad.
Dude, they're totally taking Schinkel. They have to.
Just look away for a second.
Everyone look away.
Everyone look away.
Number 1 is
Oh gosh.
Alright, DJ, cue us in.
All right, fans, the Oregon Orcas have officially dialed in their pick with the number 2 overall selection. And so, without further ado, the Oregon Orcas select Rui Pedro Martins out of Portugal. Forward.
All right.
Wait 10 seconds.
The conductors are on the clock.
Is this kid sick?
And the Orcas has selected Rui Pedro Martins out of Portugal, the highest upside prospect in the draft.
Guys, it's delayed.
Should I wait?
Y'all have to sing, man.
I'll give you a. There was a lot of troubleshooting that had to happen.
In case you forgot.
Who is that, guys? I can't quite tell. Did it still not work?
You have this for every
Guys,
year.
last time? Can't you put the proper jersey on that?
I haven't had time.
Come on, man.
Hold on. Just wait a second.
Hold on.
Guys, it's gonna be good now. Just wait. Come on, show him. Come on, please. Turn the music. Distract the crowd. Wait, how is it this delayed? What
He was
happened?
there and then he was gone.
Was he really?
He's there for a second.
Half a second. That's how we
Okay, guys.
Should I talk?
Say something.
Something.
He's bugged.
Should I talk now?
No, hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the conductor's on the clock.
They're on the clock, yeah. Guys, I couldn't tell you what's going on here.
Should I talk?
Yeah, man, talk what you want.
Yeah, whatever you want to say, buddy.
And the Oregon Orcas have selected Rui Pedro Martins out of Portugal, the highest upside prospect in this draft class with a potential 99 overall in this league. He's sure to bring some fire offense, and if he has the potential with proper coaching and technique, he can become the best player in this draft class. James, what do you think about this pick?
Tell us. I think it's a no-brainer for them. Lacking in goals last year, they needed a strong offensive lead, and they selected the number 2 pick overall, Rui Pedro Martins. As you said, I think he's going to do right on this team. I think he's really what they're looking for. With a 99 potential, one of the highest in the draft pick. I think it's an easy choice. They're looking for the long haul. Keep him, train him. Long con. It's a long con. They're calling the fan. Off last year.
And you gotta wonder with the Medlin contract situation with Zimbabwe Yumba, you've got to be wondering, are they trying to find his heir apparent after some disgruntled talks with team management? He's requested a trade recently. He may still stay on for the season. He's definitely unhappy and he's definitely looking to replace his production. He is their most effective forward at this position, with the most goals scored on this team. So, now looking forward to the conductors and who they're going to draft. Another team with a lot of needs, a lot of places to fill. Look for them to draft a goalkeeper or forward or midfield. Look for Zeeman here, honestly. Their attacking has not been bad. Their defense was greatly shored up this past season, but they're definitely in need of some upkeep in the goalkeeper position. Who do you like here, James?
I really think that Zeeman's got to go soon. He's the top midfielder, and I think that is really the best overall pick. For a team that's kind of lacking overall, as the conductors were. It'd be no surprise to see him go here. We had a goalkeeper coming 2 in the top 10. It's a surprise we haven't seen either of them go. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Latza go, both top picks overall. Overall, forward or goalkeeper, I'm thinking they're going to choose. Although Zeeman is a contender as well. So I was looking for those positions overall.
That's a great point, James. Absolutely. 2 of these top keepers who sometimes are hard players to find in this draft class, but for sure, G.D.A. Mumkunk and Pal Latza both are just specimens in their own right. Really a German-heavy draft class, with Pal Latza and Marcus Gross and
Something's not right.
And Patrick Schenkel, all from Germany. Those are all projected top 10 picks.
Germans are out, guys. Where are the Germans at? They eat those bratwursts, and I think that's what really brings them to the pitch.
It's bratwurst is definitely bringing the nutritional value, and you can tell they've got next level sports nutrition in their training camps out of their farm league.
Farm league?
Yes. Out of their farm league in Oklahoma.
How How much?
Now let's look forward and see who we else have coming up. We've got the Asheville Golden Horde who are traded up with the Silver.
You better get ready. Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
Nothing yet, but you're going to be off the clock soon with
Who takes? Who takes?
class.
Let me get 5 claps in the chat, guys.
Hey, 5 claps in the chat, y'all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Number 5, let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 3.
Pick your claps coming up.
Pick on the guys, we haven't even had pick on the 3.
All right, hold on.
3?
Now, James, looking beyond further into the top 10, we've got the Bloomington Hydra. We've got another pick for
I mean,
the Asheville
why is there not a way
trading
to
up like a
remove
bunch
it?
of bandits here, trying to get up in this draft class? And then we got the Memphis Scouts, your namesake team. What do you think they're going to be looking for here, James?
You know, I think overall we've got a lot of strong players throughout the field. I think our biggest, concern as of now has been with the goalkeeper, Gilberto Sanchez. Not sure if he's really held up with his name these past couple seasons. So we're looking for someone to maybe, phase him out. We'll see if we can get our hands on one of the top 10 goalies as a team. There's 2 options available. If not, we have a lot of other options we could go with. Our defense is solid. Maybe just like in the midfield, as we have a lot of potential offensive options recently. So we'll see what really is left over by the time we get there. As for the Hydra, I think they are really looking for a defensive option as they really collapsed in the past few, the last minutes of a lot of their games. So people just to hold on.
You're right.
Strong defensive consistency. I think this is 2019.
And things to watch with the Hydra is their training of Cesar Ballin, their striker of the team, who is a very talented player who's somewhat underperformed this year. The pig is in? I haven't heard the jingle. And there it is.
Well played. Well played.
I haven't heard the jingle.
All right, everyone, settle down. We've got the pick in from Atlanta. It is number 3 pick overall, and the Atlanta Conductors have selected. That's a delay. It's going to be Patrick Schinkel.
Hey! Shinkle's gone.
Let me add on to this draft.
Wait,
The Minutemen are on the clock.
And with a surprise turn of events, the Atlanta Conductors have drafted another top quality They drafted another top quality defender to go along with what was his name?
Varela.
With Miguel Varela. They have got a center back duo who is sure to rock the league for years to come. A surprise pick, but they're going to really bolster that defense. Looks like they trust their offensive weapons that they have on the pitch now. After signing Kalishnikov, it's looking they're drafting defense and going for the free agency to build up that offense. They could be dangerous this year. Could be a dark horse for the playoffs. What do you think, James?
one of the only defensive players in the top 10 picks, it's kind of an easy option there. I mean, with a name like Patrick Schmeichel, how are you going to pass that up? Hailing from Germany, as you said, kind of German, heading to top 10 here in the draft so far. But I think it's a great choice for them. It's great to have a great defense. They not want to concede goals, and they conceded plenty last season. So this is a great pick for them.
Absolutely. Now we're going to look to the Minutemen to see who they're going to be picking in this draft class. Again, as we reiterated, they sadly lost Amit Seisman, their talismanic forward, to their arch nemesis rivals, the Texas Terminators. So they're looking to replace this production. Look for Leonardo Becker here to replace him, or also Jacob Piatek out of Poland, a player we haven't talked about a lot. But the Polish Punisher, as he's known in his home country, could be a good fit here in this club.
Cheers, Jeff.
Speaking about cheers, I'd like to give a special shout out to my wife now, Emily Garrison. Big fan of manager of the Boston Mayflower. She could not make it to tonight's draft, but just wanted to commemorate her and all the success her team had this year making it to the playoffs. Looking forward to see what they're going to do here after making some big free agent acquisitions in the offseason.
Shout out to the wife.
Shout out to the wife. And a big shout out again to Stephen Hall, our DJ, a recent father. Let's hear it from our DJ. And also in the audience, we have got Taylor Pierce here in the crowd, manager of the Mexico City Mexican Citizens, also known as the Mexico City Stealth. I never said that. Redacted. Well, he's not here. Nobody knows that.
He's not here. He's
right there.
Is this live?
Yeah, it's live and
To
he's
who?
I did.
Oh, YouTube, man.
I'm just commentating, man. You just told me to keep the crowd moving.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how are you doing, audience? Yeah!
Guys, give me just like 3 seconds to try to fix this.
Take your time, man.
Now I've accidentally opened QuickTime Player here on the computer, so we'll see how this messes up our draft board. Alright, so James, we're going to look beyond the top 10 picks. Looking at pick number, well, not beyond, but looking forward in our draft class, we've got the wide riders at 9. What do you think the wide riders are going to be looking for here at pick number 9? After 3 No, the White Riders making a big record signing of Suleiman Orr out of the Green Galaxy to fill in that right wing spot. That's definitely going to help an already full attack. So we need this. They really need help in the defense, specifically in left back and right back. What do you think they're going to go for here with the 9th overall pick?
You know, I think this is a great opportunity to invite the manager up himself. So if you want to come up and talk about what pick
No,
you want to go for.
it's after he picks. After he
What do you
picks.
mean about potentials? What do you mean after?
Just do it.
Well, manager of the Wide Riders, what do you want to talk about? Would you like to come forward and talk about what building teams look like in this offseason? And, you know, after a lot of rebuilding and a somewhat disappointing performance, considering how you did.
You get him later. You get him later. He's busy. He's tired.
It appears he's going to step out.
He doesn't feel well.
Of course, so the White Riders manager is not going to come up now. But that being said, we can look back at the draft breakdown and see who's next. The Charioteers at 10. Another
4. We haven't do pick 4.
We've already talked about the top 4 picks already, man.
No, but it's ready to be announced.
Give him the
That
mic!
wasn't a jingle!
This is just going absolutely swimmingly,
Just take
boys.
the mic!
I mean, are you serious with that? Turn that off.
Oh!
Welcome back. All right, guys, let's get this thing going. With the number 4 pick in the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Washington Minutemen select Zimun, Spain. And with that, the Golden Horde are on the clock.
Oh, I gotta play the video. Crap!
Conference call.
Man,
Alright, one second.
What surprising turn of events from the Minutemen. They picked Zimun, again, the consensus #1 overall pick before this season kicked off. Incredible talent out of Spain. Really excited to see what he's going to be able to do on this team. Fill in the big shoes left by Ahmed Seisman. Now we look to the Golden Horde, another team that disappointed this season after trading away their keeper, Jan Eichelman, to the Charioteers. Their goalkeeping actually improved. What does that say, James? What does that say knowing that they traded a lauded keeper and then actually saw their defensive prowess and their lack of goals conceded go up? What does that mean? Do they have a lot of trust that we're going to have on the bench now?
You know, I said it was a name like Eichelman. It was easy money for them to give him away, really, at the end of the day. You know, trading away a keeper, profiting, and then their keeping actually improved. You know, not what you usually see, you know, in making a trade like that. But at the end of the day, you know, I think that they got a lot of good options, and, you know, they're going to make the right pick here. And I think it was in their best interest to give away Eichelman. You know, I think that the Charioteers may be, you know, a little bit butthurt about that trade, but hopefully they'll make up for it in this decision coming up.
And you know, looking at the Golden Hordes needs, they really need to replace a lot of production there in the midfield. And so I'm sure the Minutemen taking Jimun there, prime for the taking, is really going to hurt their chances in trying to figure out what they want to do with the team. Because that was their biggest need, was a controlling, attacking forward. And Jimun really fit the bill for exactly what would have molded into that team and that system perfectly. So we're going to have to look and see who they're going to draft. Back in the draft board, you have 2 midfielders, Giovanni Greco out of Italy and Ibrahim Mendel out of Morocco. Both of those slightly different styles, one more attacking and one more defending. We'll see what they need to get that going as we see Giovanni showing up on the draft board. What a powerful and potent player he is. Leonardo Becker's still on the draft board. We're going to be curious to see where he winds up. Not a lot of these teams in the next rounds are really looking to suit his skill set, so we can see him fall further in the draft board. Something to watch moving forward.
Absolutely correct. I think we have our next pick ready to announce in a few moments here, so we'll be looking forward to that soon. Hey, cue it up!
Come on, D. All right, guys. guys. Good to see you all again. We have got our pick from Asheville with the 5th pick of the National Soccer League draft in 2025. The Asheville Golden Horde select Leonardo Becker, forward out of Argentina.
Good choice.
And with that, the Hydra from Bloomington are on the clock. 1 second, just give me 1 second, guys.
And I need to step out.
Yeah.
I need to step out.
We got some dealings to talk about.
We can do that.
You know, a surprising pick here from the Golden Horde.
Surprise
Leonardo
pick, he was number
Becker.
1 overall.
You know, being a top striker, as we talked about, you know, some potential midfield options, but, you know, they've gone with the forward option, you know. Maybe feeling a little bit insecure about their goal scoring abilities from last season, and so picking up that top pick of the striker, you know. It makes sense in the long run, and just like we maybe missed when we were looking at the different picks, and, you know, I think it'll be great for them, and they seem to be confident in their pick. So, cheers, Jeff, and I hope the season goes much better.
He's got to step out.
I need to step out. Shocking.
I need you to.
Yeah. 1 second, sorry. I mean, this is just, I need a producer next year, guys, I'll be honest. It's too much to do.
Taylor's job, I thought.
Next year.
He's going to be a manager.
I got promoted to manager. So oh, okay. That's pretty good. So I'm told.
What's your position on
How we doing out there, crowd? Yeah, we having fun in the draft?
I said it. Yeah, I love the energy. You never walk alone, right? You never walk alone.
So, Stephen, you finished first or second? Second. Was there a playoff or a
Big final.
big
final.
1 versus 2 final? Or
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the score was. I forget what the seeding was,
in the
but
final? How many teams are in the playoffs? Like, you know?
That's a good question.
it's a great question.
Hey, that's my guy.
Hey!
Cover it up!
Don't look at him. Wait, you picked it. It's yours.
It's not announced.
No, you can announce. You know.
Did he? You were flustered in.
You had your finger on the other hand.
Yeah.
I don't know, my guess his eyes are supposed to be together.
You can always trade him.
Because his eyes. Sorry, the training day guys are supposed to be.
It's something personal.
It's something physical.
We need to see what these players look like. They're just otherwise they're just a name in the spreadsheet.
What's the penalty holiday card? What's the penalty card?
Really? Hi. Just like all the numbers are like 0 with a 1.
So he creates less for that kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
Or is that?
Technically,
Oh, shooting penalty?
yeah.
Which is very important in this league. 19 or 8 tries to make it.
Very good.
We gave him like 3 penalties. Just come on. Mainly because of this guy. That's why he's no longer with us. I need a new logo. What do you think?
I need a new logo. What's wrong with that?
Why do you have a... Who did that? You're going hard. You have a spear in you and you're bleeding. we got Pi and the moon. What are those symbols? Pi and the moon?
Is that North Carolina on his
Ooh, maybe it is.
Hey, sit down. I need to step out.
That's actually that's really good.
The broadcasters have left the building.
You bring it out so like, if anyone is interested, they'd like to try to trade up and sit out into the first round again.
Anywhere in the first one?
And it depends. I'm curious to see who's
Hey, dude, lock in, man. Put that cup down and
whoever will sell.
Okay.
Whoever will sell, they need to draft him.
And the Hydra made their choice.
Hey, put that
So
down.
just keep that in mind. It's I need those like
Greg wants a new logo.
like
He hates his logo.
Hello? Am I supposed to say something? What's wrong with the logo? It's bad? All right, we have our next pick locked in. The Bloomington Hydra have traded the 6th pick with the Green Galaxy for a player swap deal. So the Green Galaxy are officially on the clock now and have made their selection with the 6th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League draft. The Green Galaxy select Jakub Piątek from Poland, a forward.
Whoa!
Huge.
Second.
Some Polish house.
I gotta pull them up, guys. Hold on.
There.
Dancing on.
Yeah.
What did you expect?
I don't know.
I mean, how is it this behind?
Someone tell me. How? 20 seconds? Really?
It's Polish. Yuck.
Oh,
Yucko.
let's play Poland. Let's get Poland.
Play it, please.
Oh.
I need to walk real quick.
Please.
And with that, the Golden Horde are back on the clock.
So first we drafted out this year on the Green Galaxy, trading down with the Hydra. What the heck just happened? This is draft analysis here. The Green Galaxy trading up 2 drafts in a row to get some premium attacking talent.
When you get back to that.
Okay. And trading premium attacking talent. Jakub Piątek looking to replace the holes left by sitting that ore after selling him off to the White Riders for a considerable record-breaking fee. They definitely are lacking depth because beyond Rashad Mondragon and Joaquinho, all they have is Ivan Pinto, a middling player in the minor league system. So definitely looking to increase that with some depth and some youth. Unsurprisingly, the Green Galaxy draft strategy has been to trade up several years in a row now. Now looking to the Golden Horde, not the Golden Horde, sorry, the Silverbacks. Golden Horde drafted 2 picks ago. We're going to look to see what they did. They just traded one of their better players whose name escapes me to the Athens Olympians. I'm going to have to look at my draft board to see who that was. That was one of the most record-breaking deals of the offseason. How you doing tonight, James?
I'm doing great. I think the draft is going really well so far. Still a shock, honestly. Both the top 10 goalkeepers yet to be picked. I think it's only a matter of time before one of these teams snatches them up. The top talents coming in. As always, it is hard to keep the ball out of the net, and so I'm surprised that these keepers have chosen that.
All right, going back to the Silverbacks, I now remember the name of the player who is now playing for the Athens Olympians, and that is Cisco Mateu, their star forward attacking midfielder who was traded for Kyle Venter in a massive $82 million transfer swoop by the Olympians. We'll look to see if they can replace those big shoes left by him. The Silverbacks, another middling team in the table. So we'll see where they go here. Now let's the draft right down here. Now the Green Galaxy traded up, and we have got the Silverbacks on the clock. We've got the Memphis Scouts coming up. James, let's look and see what they need on the team. A playoff team who has been perennial favorites to win the Super. We're going to look to see what they're capable of and what they're looking for here. So let's look at their draft board now as I pull up that information. The Memphis Scouts looking for goalkeeper and striker. This could be a good opportunity with Cal Latza still sitting at the draft board. He could fall straight into their lap. A great goalkeeper out of Germany. Don't be surprised though if they instead offer Didier Moncumba, a more potential rated goalkeeper with a lot better physical attributes, but he's a little bit more raw of a talent. Look to see what they do here.
I think we can have either option. Being among the favorite for us personally, the Scouts, with an iconic name, a legendary history. I'm really looking forward to see what it looks like we're ready for it. The Silverbacks.
Submit a design, please.
Submit a design.
Excellent.
Whoa, it lagged out. Oh! What are you doing? Well, National Soccer League fans, we've got another trade on the board for you. The Golden Horde have traded up with the Silverbacks. Another player swap in the works here. Details will come on that later. So they are officially on the clock again in quick succession. So With the 7th pick of the National Soccer League draft in 2025, the Golden Horde select Pal Latza, goalkeeper from Germany. Long story. It happened a while ago.
Long story. 2 picks, right?
I forgot to explain how you got the 2 picks, I suppose.
But it worked out.
But you had 2 picks, and they're great picks.
Just trust the draft, man.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Good news, no video for that guy. Good riddance. So sorry. Clicked on the wrong button, guys. Sorry.
Is it Jan?
Ian. He's American. Thought you were. The scouts are on the clock!
I need to
Wow, and what a draft this has been for the Asheville Golden Horde after trading away Ian Eichelman to the Cherry Series last season, looking like they were replacing those big shoes they were left behind with the draft of Pal Latza, a 6'6" goalkeeper out of Germany. We now look to the Memphis Scouts to see who they'll draft, who is guaranteed, almost certified to be Didier Moncon out of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Opting to play for the Democratic Republic of Congo instead of Belgium, despite his birth in Brussels. That was a very good choice from the manager from the Memphis Scouts. We'll see who they pick here.
Shoot fire. Wow, that is so behind. Holy cow.
How lined out are we?
The Scouts have made their selection, National Soccer League fans. With the 8th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League draft, the Memphis Scouts select Didier Moncon, goalkeeper. And with that, the Wyvern Riders are on the clock!
Let's go.
Guys, give me 1 second. So sorry.
Oh boy.
I thought you were like Western.
There you go.
Get ready to join the booth as well.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk about your pick, Mr. Wyvern Riders manager. Let's see who the Wyvern Riders are looking at here after again picking up Suleiman Or.
And the one who was questioned as well. And I was like, where's the ring?
So, yeah. Trouble with substitutes. I clearly can't skip tonight. The Wyvern Riders looking to draft left back and goalkeeper, though also mentioned by their manager, they are also looking to draft right back. They had some defensive struggles this season, despite the immense offensive firepower with Nicolas El Rayo, Rival, and now the pickup of Suleiman Or. Left, right, and forward are all representing on this team. Now looking to short things up on the backside, so we'll see who they pick. Players who have not been highlighted yet could be Ilie Azcue-Unzueta out of Spain, a center back, or Declan Shaw, one of the number 1 rated wingback out of this class, out of England, standing at 6'2", 181 pounds, who shows range, firepower to end the team with an attacking presence and a defensive presence in both fields. What do you think about this game?
You know, I think it's no surprise. I think defense overall was a concern for many of these teams. Just offensive rushing down the defense not being able to keep up, big blowout scores, 6-1, 5-2, just really not what you're looking for. And I think the defense will oftentimes a lot of the blame as the managers deserve. So it's no surprise the Wyvern Riders are looking for that defensive kind of morale boost, if you will, to fill in where they've been lacking the past few games. I think that they've done a good job, securing a few options. And I think it's good for them that they're continuing to kind of lock that down and prevent that from happening. Goals continue to slip in, carelessly like they have. So kudos to them for making this choice. No surprise when we see a defensive team here.
Well, it's not Johnstown. It's like Virgin.
Well said, James. Appreciate you chiming in on all that. Some players that we have not highlighted earlier, not been gaining a lot of attention yet, are Giovanni Greco and Ephraim Mendo. We mentioned them earlier. One more of a center holding midfielder and one more defensively minded, and that is in Ephraim Mendo out of Morocco. Really, we can see a lot of teams looking to play them because they can slot in at a lot of different positions. But as I said, it's kind of a midfield heavy class. Not a lot of defenders except for in these later top 10 picks. Also, a lot of goalkeepers, We've still got Antonio Torrin out of Colombia still on the board. Look to see some teams vying for his playing time down the road. Now we're going to pull up our draft breakdown and see who we have coming up beyond the Wyvern Riders cherries here. other players we have are the Condors, the Voyagers, and the Olympians, and we'll give you a breakdown on them starting up, as it looks like the Wyvern Riders have made their pick.
Wyvern, go.
Oh.
With the 9th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Philadelphia Wyvern Riders select Declan Shaw, right back from England. And with that, the Charioteers are on the clock. You'll need to step away for this one.
Let me tee it up.
Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm getting better at this. Just give me a second. Where's Shaw? Can't believe Shaw.
Put him on the screen.
Oh, he's on. He's going on.
We'll see it in 30 minutes.
Here.
Hold on, I got his. I'll give it to you when you're ready.
You do, huh? You do?
Well, yeah, because I was looking at your teams and I didn't.
It's a good pick. It's a great pick.
I'm surprised y'all underperformed. Well, it's because Ashraf. And unsurprisingly, the Wyvern Riders have selected Declan Shaw of England, the #1 rated wingback in this draft class. What an incredible pick. And we've actually got the Wyvern Riders manager, Gavin, here with us tonight. Gavin, what do you have to say about this pick? Can you give us a breakdown of why you decided to do what you did?
Coming into this draft, we knew as a club that we needed to go for a wingback, focusing either on the right or left side. Declan Shaw fit that profile as an attacking right back with offensive capabilities, and knowing that he can also play on the left side and him over other targets. Declan Shaw should be a starting right back as now the team ready, and we're looking forward to seeing how he can do throughout the season.
Excellent, love to hear that. Where do you have to place in the upcoming season here as where you finished last season?
Obviously, this year is looking to be improvement. Shaw adding on top of it, we're looking and getting really ugly. I mean, that is a controversial pick, but at the same time, we knew that we needed the money and we knew we needed to transition into a new phase. So we're looking to see if he can make it into the playoffs and see if we can challenge close to the top, because I know we had a fall on here in the second half of last season, and getting into a advantageous position is what we want to do.
Excellent, love to hear that. And lastly, before you go, what are your thoughts on your team's logo? Any improvements you can foresee or maybe want to make a change?
I think that the Wyvern Riders should stay how they are. I know that a lot of teams have been focusing on the wrong aspects in terms of focusing on a new badge. I say history to stay history and keep it going. That's, we've come a long way, and seeing that things have changed in the past, things should change so we can hold true to our past. We are the Wyvern Riders, and we don't have any plans to change.
Love to hear that. Tradition holds strong. Cheers, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you. Play that.
My first round was it's called the Cadillac Showroom. So we had a showroom. It's a showroom up front, and first night we did that, I stopped by $1 or more. Put out there, but every once in a while the manager comes back to one of the managers. So we had a lady who took this little
So we all focus. Wrap it up. Big draft tonight.
for you.
Yeah. Great.
Those are good.
Yeah, that's like the worst part because you get double work, but it's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to There's not a lot here. Yeah,
You might remember Martin Garrett?
I remember this for a while.
Dude, away from me now.
You're wearing the in-ring now? Oh my god. I remember football now.
Alright, you need to get your music set up. I gotta run. Take your time. No, you got Get on, I'm on the block. Come on, guys.
I can do any morning this week.
No.
I work nights for all the shifts except next Sunday. And this Sunday. These next Sundays are back. Well, I don't know, bro. Okay, that's good. Your picture is flying on this.
How do I do that with that?
They didn't stop.
They didn't stop me, and then when I came back in, they were like, oh, they're like very surprised I came back. I was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, much worse. Yeah. Yeah. Did they like bring the windows and broke the door and everything? Yeah. We were like $12,000 a month. That's
Those are the and we have a couple guys who don't decide to go later on in the week. Alright, well, I guess that's
Come on.
oh. So then the worst thing is, so then the realize they were missing the next amount of dollars inventory. So they bring everyone to life. So now you're supposed to pass the light exercise. No one
Sorry, guys.
We are 4 minutes. We're good.
No.
Our inventory is on 5 credit cards in this room, all in slots. So I don't know how many we have to probably go.
All right, here we go.
All right, National Soccer League fans, another blockbuster trade. The Charioteers have given up the number 10 pick to the Mayflowers from Boston. So the Boston Mayflowers are now on the clock, and with the number 10 pick in the 2025 National Soccer League draft, they have chosen Giovanni Greco, a midfielder from Italy.
Oh, that is quite a
Super
logo.
himself. I like that one.
And with that,
Greg's rating the logos.
this is the are Voyagers up next? Are they 11?
Oh, shoot.
Condors are on the clock.
Hey, guys, you've been a great crowd. Thank you so much.
Hey, listen to that guy. Come on, give it up. Give it up.
I'll give it.
All right, never mind. Boom, boom off.
Sorry, guys.
I'll go to bed.
Bye.
Who wants to DJ?
I need them. Oh, I'll go.
Wait, can
No, I
I
don't
take
think
Take
so.
over.
Are you leaving?
No, Ben.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Oh,
You're the
that was fast.
I know.
person. Let me do it. I'm gonna press buttons.
Married man, you know.
I'll press
Let me
buttons.
do it. Behind
Seriously.
This is what it is.
Steven, you want to DJ or what?
Fatherly duties. That was a little preview for you guys.
Oh, I
Well,
think
pretty-
I'm so super
are-
excited.
Are you mean the price is right? Let me tell you that.
Yeah, seriously.
It would basically be your playlist. We could
Yeah,
make
we
it
just
work.
give you the play. I mean, would you DJ after that? Would you want to do
I think we can make it work.
Heavens above. This is just so bad.
Heck yeah, I would love to see it.
I mean,
He's already emptying now.
Go in the dance.
You really just need someone to say, hey guys, time for dinner now.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get on the floor for the Mother's
And
Sunday.
in a surprising turn of events, the Boston Mayflowers are straight up in this draft class.
Tracking our next one.
A high draft pick.
Quiet on the set.
Bye, Steven. Thank you for playing. That was really cool. That was really sick.
Have a good draft. Cheers, Jeff.
The Boston Mayflowers have selected Giovanni Greco out of Italy to fill in that midfield spot. You know, one of the surprise performers of this past season from great goalkeeping performances of LaVon Miller and after picking up Jan Gieselman from the Charioteers, their defense was the best in the league, or at least their wingbacks and central backs. They played excellently. So looking to bolster that attack with Giovanni Greco, a high potential player who could be one of the most coveted or one of the best performing players out of this draft class, depending on how he improves in their academy. Wow, a blockbuster trade, trading away a second round pick next year, a first round pick next year, and then another second round pick the year after that. What do you have to say, James, about all they're giving away to get this draft pick in?
You know, obviously, it is a bit of a risk, you know, having a lower overall score of like a 75, but a high projected and potential score going from an 85 to a 95. You know, I really think they're looking for the future and how, you know, their prospects are going to turn out. You know, looking for, you know, things to change, looking for a shift even, and this is a great start for that. So I think it's a good pick for them. I think the Condors, you know, have a lot to work with still, and I think they're going to be happy with their next pick as well as they come up here.
The Condors, one of the darlings from analytics this upcoming season, really in need of some defensive help. So look for Ilie Azcue-Unzueta out of Spain. That could be the pick here. They really need help on that left side defensively. So we'll see what they do here. You could also see them take Ephraim Mendo, a steal this draft position. Wonderful player out of Morocco.
Dude.
On the draft!
Oh, we don't have a noise in this.
Wait.
Play it.
Is it in?
Playlist?
Is the gym? How did we play it before?
There we go.
Oh, I didn't do the pick as in. My bad. All right, folks, the California Condors have made their selection. So with the 11th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, they have selected Ilie Azcue-Unzueta from Spain, a defender. Give me 1 second. Ignore that. That was the wrong guy. My bad, y'all.
Nope, longer.
Yeah, we're going to get longer. No worries. We're so far behind.
It's like a pine needle.
List of what the
I mean, you're asleep.
what the draft like who's like where
That would be nice to get on the screen. Who's next?
We're out of room, buddy. Sorry.
Here, I can talk about who's
And with
playing
that-
the draft board.
Yeah, listen up.
The Voyagers are on the clock.
Whoa!
I didn't say anything about that. Okay.
The Voyagers?
Yeah, oh yeah, the boys.
Wait, can you play it?
Too many explicit words! Hey! Hey! With who?
This one.
Which one?
You tell.
Just turn it down a little more, maybe. All right, guys. Ready to talk?
Voyagers are on! Who's on?
Voyagers are up, let's go,
The Hawaii Voyagers, a scum team without a manager now. Let's see what they're trying to pick up in this draft class. We're going to look at our draft analysis page now and see what they are seeking out. All right, the Hawaii Voyagers, another team who actually kind of overperformed expectations considering all things considered. They are in desperate need of a goalkeeper or right mid and right wing support on that right side. Really struggling over there. Left wingers, left defensive attackers, left defensive midfielders have just been terrorizing that team, who was a middling playoff team, but we'll see what they do here. Look for Antonio H. Torrin out of Colombia on this draft board, one of the higher floor goalkeepers in this draft class. Columbia, not really known for the goalkeeping prowess. James, what can you say about his success at the minor league level and what that said about his upbringing, his coaching, and what led him to this point?
You know, he's been under the radar for a long time. You know, a lot of people kind of overlooked him, you know, from the managerial position. But, you know, I think as time has gone on, you know, he's really shown his talent in the teams that he's played on. You know, and really started to grab his attention, earning him that number 11 spot as we see now. You know, I think really it's been like a long con for him, and that he's, you know, taken time to really get to his true potential, and now it's kind of finally being seen. And so I think there's a lot of excitement for him in that position. So I think they're really excited to see what he is going to be capable of this next season whenever he gets picked. Let's now look at the kind of order here for the next 10 teams in the draft. If we can go to that. So at now the Voyagers, number 12 pick. Up next we have the number Olympians at number 13, followed by the Manticores, number 14. The Revenants, number 15, followed by the Charioteers once again at 16. The Condors coming in at number 17. The Pink Knight here with their first pick at number 18, followed by the Banshees at number 19, and then coming back to the Hydra at number 20. The Stealth, the Kodiaks, Thunderbirds, Pioneers to follow after that. Just give a brief overview of where we have to come on next.
Thank you for breaking that down, James. Really appreciate all the hard work you've put into this draft so far. So looking forward to the Athens Olympians, let's see what they're looking at. Their manager, first year manager Hamilton Armin, out of Athens, was a local and a native to the teams that he manages. We have got needs on all fronts after making big signings for Jose Mateo out of the Silverbacks. They're looking for right mid and right wing help and left back help. But with the passing of Iorke Azue Unzueta out of Spain, they're going to be sure to find or have a hard time finding anyone on that left side. So look for them to draft on the right wing or right back side. And it looks like we have a kick in.
Oh, Morgan. Oh.
Do I announce this?
Something. No. You could if you want. Hold on. Guys, sorry. We need our DJ back.
The Voyagers.
Alright. Oh, the 2025 pick. Oh, wait. 2019? 2025 pick for Voyagers is Mendel.
Mendel.
I kind of forgot his first name.
Ephraim.
Efren Mendel.
That's it. Joe's screaming up there. Come on. Daniel
We'll be
husband.
seeing soon.
Guys, he's coming up. This system sucks.
Oh, he looks so cool. You're right. He's from Morocco. Wow.
Yeah. And we've got a lot more detail about his Moroccan heritage after this.
We do?
Really?
Yes.
This
Okay.
just in.
This just in. It's on Wikipedia if you like.
Okay. I'm going as fast as I can. I'm sorry. Here you go.
And with the 12th pick in the 2025 NSL draft, the Hawaii Voyagers select Ephraim Mendel out of Morocco. Known for his volunteering at animal hospitals in Morocco, he is particularly fond of cats. He's also shoring up that defending midfield position. Ephraim Mendel is sure to be a threat on the pitch and is really going to fill in nicely for that Voyagers team that is desperate for talent, really in any position, like a lot of teams in this draft. He's really going to fill in well here, so now we're going to look forward and see, looking at a breakdown here, we're going to look forward and see who the Rochester Manticores are going to draft now. Sorry, it's not the Rochester Manticores, it's the, it's the Chicago Pink Nightmare. Wait, oh my goodness! What, who? I completely missed the Athens Olympians. That is my bad, y'all. I have just had their pick locked in for so long because their manager could not be here. Oh, even Mendel, look at that beautiful picture here. Thank you to our design team here and our marketing team for making such wonderful graphics here. draft where the Athens Olympians, again, being right mid and right wing, and so there's really not a lot of positions on the board here. It started very heavy on the forward and winger side, but now they've really fallen lower into the lower ranks of this draft class. So if you look at Cristobal Ademir Vicente Serra, Jintae Shin out of South Korea, and out of Namibia, those are probably going to be your picks here, with Cristobal, the highest potential of them all, with a 97 potential. He could be deadly from the rip, but also he's going to need a couple of years probably to get up to that level. Yes, shout out to our commentator Matthew Hummel, who commentated every single game last year. It took a great deal of effort, much to the detriment of his own mental health. He really put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this league, and we're grateful for it.
I'll do it for this one. I'll do this quote for this.
And his housemates.
Sorry, guys.
And we have our next pick of the draft class here for the Athens Olympians. Let's look forward to see who it may be.
With the 13th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Athens Olympians select Cristobal Ademir Vicente Serra from Portugal, a forward.
What's wrong with that one? They're the Olympians.
Oh, that's such a good
Yeah, it works well, doesn't it?
It's a little busy. I'll give you that.
Is that a casket on the bottom?
That logo is that's like my favorite one.
It's like the well, no, it's yeah, it's got the A and the O for Athens Olympians.
Wait, did you make all the logos?
Yes. You made every single one.
I made one. I made one. Got fine.
Oh, the next pick. Please help me. They're terrible. I know.
Just two there. Yeah. Emily said hey, by the way, she saw it.
Oh, sorry.
It's going on the clock! And now the Rochester Manticores are on the clock here. Hey, league commissioner, can you tell me how they managed to get his position here? I was not informed of trade rate nightmare. Are you privy to this? Coercion. Sorry, it's actually the Chicago Pink Nightmare on the clock, but it looks like they're negotiating with the Rochester Manticores now. So let's see if there could be a blockbuster trade here for some top talent. Now we're going to turn our view to the fans and the stands. How are y'all doing tonight? We've got the baby gas here. We've got Gavin. We've got Chaudry. We've got Ruby. We got Uncle Craig here in the booth as well. Thank you guys for all your participation in the league right now. Uncle Craig representing the actual Golden Horde. If you'd like to come up at any time to talk about this draft class, you are more than welcome. Or the logo. A famed graphic designer. He has lots of opinions on So James, looking forward to this, what do you think the Pink Nightmare and the Manticores could be negotiating here? Who do you think the Manticores would be looking to draft? Should they trade up to this position?
Yeah, the Manticores, they were decent, offensively, they had some good, a good standing. They made it to the playoffs last season, so they did decent overall. I think really they struggled kind of in that midfield position, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Lance Knight go, Berka Haddad go. There's a lot of good midfielders up for the grabs here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see any of those go, as they kind of struggled in that kind of middle position, as we saw, decent on the offense, okay in the defensive end, but kind of lacking in that midfield. So I would expect one of those to go here.
Absolutely, that is a great commentary here from James. Which we're going to take a second now to speak to one of our sponsors. That is Wildwords. Wildwords, Gigeran Domain. popular video game based on Atlanta, Georgia game design company. Big fan of their work and their sponsorship of the National Soccer League, providing lots of great music, vibes, and atmosphere. A game inspired by old Nintendo games of old, such as Earthbound. Now we got fans from the stands here asking for a Wi-Fi password. We're going to broadcast that to you out now, so if you would like to hack into our IP address, that number is
Insider intel? Seriously? Ready?
And we got the next pick! And we got the next pick to NFL Draft.
Sorry, guys. All right, fans, we have got our next selection. The Chicago Pink Nightmare have traded their number 13 pick to the Rochester Manticores for another player swap deal here. So the Manticores now on the clock with the 13th pick of the National Soccer League Draft in 2025 have selected Lucero Rodriguez, defender from Uruguay. Who's up next?
Next is the Revenants, the Roanoke
The
Revenants.
Roanoke Remnants are on the clock. I'm going to need to step out for this one. Ruby! James, come help. And I got to do this.
step away.
My bad. I'm going to need to step away for this one. Hey.
Hey, green gal. Hey.
There he is. Oh, I didn't change his name.
Thank you.
Oh! Ooh. Mortar.
No.
Sorry, buddy.
Hey, man.
I'm so sorry.
That's a banger. And we've got the Roanoke Revenants here on the clock. They've got a lot of members on their compensation team, so we'll see what they're looking to draft here. They're really looking to fill in the center defensive end and center midfield role after getting rid of a long-time lauded midfielder in Gisardo Ramsey, who really underperformed this season. Morgan, we are joined here by Morgan Davey of the board of the National Soccer League. How are you doing tonight, Morgan?
Doing amazing.
Morgan, what can you say about this Revenants team? What are they looking to fill? You know, after losing to Gisardo Ramsey, do you think they're looking to draft a player like Lance Knight or Baraka Haddad out of Saudi Arabia?
I mean, they really don't need much because they kind of killed it last season. So at this point, they're really just looking for band-aid metrics. So I think either or would work great for your team.
You know, you make a great point when you talk about Band-Aid measures, and that brings up another wonderful point. What are your thoughts on brands being used as identifiers for commonly used objects, such as Band-Aid and Kleenex? Do you call it a Kleenex or a tissue? Sorry.
Personally, I call it a tissue. I've never called it Kleenex in my life. Usually just don't have that tissue. I use toilet paper first.
That's valid.
Double climb method for your nose and your nethers.
You know, having family from Indiana, can you speak of any Indiana local phrases that they use there that they wouldn't use here down south? Making stuff up at this point. For example, my grandmother, who is from Bloomington, Indiana, and lives in Evansville, calls her junk drawer a hackledensia. Can you think of anything crazy like that? Yes. A hackledensia, which we formerly thought was a cockledensia, and then she corrected us after 30 years of calling it that.
I mean,
What have you got to say?
I'm gonna start saying hackledensia for the rest of my time.
It's kind of a fire name for a junk drawer, not gonna lie. So now looking
I'm glad we got to this point.
Probably got to this point now. This is what happens in later draft rounds when you really don't have much to talk about because it's really a crapshoot as far as who any team can pick.
We lost a lot, so that's okay.
Me and Spencer.
Ooh!
Draft pick!
Hey, man, I need that. Is this pick 15?
This is.
With the 15th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Roanoke Revenants select Baraka Haddad, midfielder from Saudi Arabia.
Let's go.
And with that, the Charioteers are on the clock. What happened? 1 second, guys. Sorry. 13th. Did I not get a thing for him? Oh, bummer. Okay. Never mind. My bad.
He looks cool.
I got some for you.
Ooh. Charioteers on the clock.
And we've got the Charioteers on the clock, a stalwart of the league, one of the original 6 teams of the National Soccer League, who's traded back with the Boston Mayflowers, looking to maybe add some depth, build for the future after a disappointing season. They didn't even make the playoffs despite their vaunted talented roster. After getting rid of some very stable players such as Maynard, they've really been underperforming, so we'll see what they're looking to add here. Their defense was not up to snuff this past season, so you can see them looking for a center back or a sweeper, which at this point in the draft is kind of hard to find. They could be trading back again here and looking to build for the future because this draft class is not deep on defense. James, what do you have to add to the conversation here?
You know, I think they were, as you mentioned earlier, really disappointed with the performance last season. You know, countless times the defense just collapsed. I would not be surprised if they look for something as a placeholder. Even as you said, we're getting a little bit of a slim pickings. You know, as we work our way down the draft. So, like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them trading. Overall, you know, the manager is really upset, but it looks like they made their decision, and so we'll see where they go with here.
Quick pick.
And a quick pick here from the Charioteers. Let's turn to the first pick to see what they got.
Following the trade with the Mayflowers from Boston, the St. Louis Charioteers are now on the clock with the 16th pick, and they have selected Achim Neumann, left back from Germany. Did I get a picture of him? I don't think I did.
Great pick.
Sorry guys, just 1 second. You're almost back.
Wait. Shin? She's in class.
Condors on the clock.
And the California Condors are back on the clock after a wonderful start to this draft with Ilie Azcue-Unzueta, the number 1 rated left back in this draft class. Let's see how they're trying to fill in now. Left back was kind of their only need, so it's probably going to go best player available here. Look for Antonio Turin, the number 11 on our draft board on the goalkeeper position. They can use him to build to the future. We'll see what they do here.
Yeah, you know, no surprise, as I said, from the Charioteers picking up the top defensive player left on the pickings. Yeah, surprised to see Turin, so even though I thought goalkeepers would be a hot commodity, but still a couple on the board that are pretty highly rated. You know, number 11, nothing to shy away from. So as you said, good deficit in the draft here, but we'll see where they go with.
Well said, James. Appreciate the commentary there. Now we're going to look ahead on our draft breakdown and see what we're going to do to round out this first round. We've got the Pink Nightmare, the Chicago Pink Nightmare, a team who's been trading down and is looking to build to the future after trading with the Manticores for, why am I forgetting his first name? Jonas Trojan, the vaunted forward from the Manticores, who was supplanted by Dante Padu. We'll see how they are now looking to add on to that attacking power. They've got a great defensive head up with Mark Konage and Mark? Not Mark. I forgot his first name.
Not Mark.
Mark Konage and Boyton. Looking at a strong defensive unit. Yeah,
And the pick is in.
And the pick is in.
With the 17th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the California Condors select Lance McKnight, midfielder from the USA. And with that, the Pink Nightmare are on the clock.
Get that hat on, let's go.
Sorry guys, he's got a slideshow, got to play it. My bad.
We'll see what it is. Go see his cutscene.
Where is he? He's got a cutscene. Hold on.
Cutscene.
He's got to walk out. He's a non-rare. I mean, how delayed is it? Is it bad?
And the Pink Nightmare on the clock. After getting Jonas Terroisen, a vaunted attacker to build up their team, we'll see what they're looking to do here. Probably looking offense again. Again, they've got a strong defensive midfield stronghold, and a strong back nine. We'll see how they try to push forward in these draft guys. Let's look at the board now and look at their biggest needs. We've got some wonderful analytics that are pushing for this. They got no needs according to our draft board, but they do have comps on the left side and the left mid and the left wing side. Yeah, what are you going to fetch for me when you go up top?
Whatever you want.
A Michelob Ultra would do the commentary pretty nicely, but I also... Yeah, that'd be great. You could join me in the draft analysis. We can talk about a lot of things. We can talk about Denmark if you would like. We got a lot of fans here still looking excited, looking rowdy, looking ready to see who the teams are going to select. How are we doing in the audience?
It's funny because Grandpa carried them most.
No.
Not true.
You can get auto pick or you can.
I care.
Well, you do, but
Your team was good.
well, your kicker's alright.
That seems great.
Compared to
Grandparents
others.
despite team needs scum.
His team was so scum and such. Although his baby Jude's team was alright.
Yeah, Juice. Wait, who's Juice?
His team was the
Condors?
no. I forget.
Who's pulled up?
I forget everything.
Morgan, you do not forget everything. We got a few engagements here in the audience tonight. We got Hydra Manager and Cheer Manager Morgan Davey and Matt Hummel here in the audience. Love is in the air here in the National Soccer League, and Soccer League, it is alive and well. We'll see what this following season has to offer. Strangely enough, Matt Hummel proposed to Morgan at a Charioteers Hydra game in the middle of a heated rivalry contest. How romantic of him to do. Like I said, love is in the air, starts in the air, as the Pink Nightmare are approaching with their
Pinky, where's my DJ? DJ, hey.
And Number of the Beast plays the song of the formerly
With the 18th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Chicago Pink Nightmares select Darren Assunção, right back, Brazil.
Another good pick. Another good pick.
Come talk. Come on. You say no? Are you serious? And with that, I already forgot. It was a Hawkeye. You're one of them. Who's next?
Hey, I don't have the mic, man.
Who is
Banshees
next?
are next.
The Banshees from Montana are on the clock. Shadirius.
And you got the.
WGS here.
And we got the Montana Banshees on the clock now, but we have the manager, Paul Hull of the rear set.
It's like porcelain, but with
So the Montana Banshees are up on the clock, but we have the very own manager of the Chicago Pink Nightmare, Paul Hummel, here with us today. Let's talk about this big Paul. How do you feel about it?
I was hoping for something a little higher up on the I feel like we invested heavily in some new offense and some new blood there. Porcelain. Porcelain there. So I feel like we need to turn things up. That's what we were going with. Put it down, take the Brazilian.
That is wise words. Absolutely. Brazilians always sure to bring a bit of flair to the pitch for sure. And Darren Assunção certainly going to bring some skill there. He could play really any position in that line. Thank you very much for adding that commentary, Mr. Hummel.
That's so funny. She was watching.
And thank you from young Gavin out of Denmark.
He's back? With a cookie?
This thing.
Hey,
So tell us, Gavin, what is your favorite thing about Danish culture?
Honestly, Christmas is pretty fire.
What about it?
We celebrate Christmas on the 24th instead of the 25th, so all our celebrations happen on the night of the 24th. We open presents, and we have a rice pudding with a almond gift. How does Santa get it? Santa is there before, because he's closer to Denmark than he is to the US.
The slave was faster, I heard.
Exactly. So we have a rice pudding competition, and there's one almond put into the batch, and you find the almond, you get the big prize.
That's so fun.
Well, that is great, Gavin. Can you elaborate? Why do they celebrate on the 24th instead of the 25th? What is it about Denmark that just makes that day all the more special?
We're giving all the other countries in the world a chance to have their day on the 25th. So if Santa has to come to us for then so be it. Like I said, he's not that far away, so it's a close pit stop, and he can come to us first, and we'll let other people have their moment on the 25th. So humbly, we celebrate on the 24th for others to have theirs.
Very humble.
Great words from the Wide Riders manager. It looks like we have our next pick in.
Whoa, sorry, bugged out. With the 19th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Montana Banshees select Pachukati Kolke, Peru.
Love that.
Good pick. I think he has a cutscene.
Hey,
That's amazing.
Can a team pay money to trade up?
I don't know. I don't
I
really
mean, they
thought
probably
about
could.
that. Sure. Do you want to pay money to trade up?
I don't know.
For who?
Right?
You can trade with Taylor.
You could pay me right now.
Oh, another trade. And with that,
Physically.
the Bloomington Hydro are on the clock.
Yeah.
Nice. And the Bloomington Hydra are on the clock, the team out of Indiana, home of the vaunted Indiana Hoosiers. Fallen for grace on the basketball side, unfortunately, and not very good at football. However, their football team has been pretty good this past season, giving Ohio State a run for their money. Now we're going to look to their soccer team to see how they perform on the pitch now. They had a up and down season with Cesar Ballan. Their vaulted starts getting hurt midway through the year, and then just really not getting back into form. James, what can you say about the Hydra season? How good they are? What can we say about Matty Tumnus, one of the greatest players in the league, just a great performer, diminutive midfielder for the Hydra?
I think you're spot on what you're saying, a dominating player, absolutely everyone was excited when he got the ball, to see what he could do with it. The biggest problem with the Hydra was they collapsed time and time again, as the games went on. And, we would see them get ahead early on in the first half, and then as the second half came on, as the commentator, as you said, Matthew Hill would say, the Hydra collapses once again, blowing countless leads when they should have been doing better overall. So hopefully, they find some more stability in the defensive end, maybe, picking up a solid midfield defensive player. But, I can see them going in a lot of different directions, trying something new to give them more consistency throughout the game.
So looking at the Hydra draft strategy, it looks like they have a lot of holes to fill, which is surprising considering how talented their roster is. The biggest needs right now are definitely at the right wing side, where they're really struggling, and also after getting rid of striker Cesar Ballan after an up and down season, they definitely could be looking to draft at the forward position. So look for Jintek Shin out of South Korea and out of Namibia. A more high upside player versus a high floor player. Either one of those could slot in well to replace that production from Cesar Ballan. Yeah, something you want to say? Gavin? Gavin McKinley from the White Riders, speechless after hearing the name from Namibia. No player still left on the board curiously is Antonio H. Kareem out of Colombia, the number 11 rated prospects on our draft board. Still yet to be taken again. Which goalkeeper, a solid premium position, being passed on by these teams. I wonder why that could be. But it looks like the Hydra pick is in, so we're going to see what they do here.
With the 20th pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Bloomington Hydra have selected Federico Mancini. Italy. Hey, Mancini. Maron.
I don't know how to do this.
He's got a cutscene. It's a good sign.
I feel like I'm talking like a baseball commentary. And
Look.
now we are.
Yeah, awesome.
Taylor.
All right, Taylor.
And with that, the Albuquerque Stealth are on the clock, aka Taylor.
Taylor.
What are you doing?
Is there ever the right time, Gavin? Is love for the financially stable or is love for all? Tell us more about this.
Love is for the right time in the right place. You have to be in the right state of mind and the right state of being.
An opportunistic relationalist. We love to hear these different perspectives here in the National Soccer League. Thank you for sharing that perspective. So, Gavin, I've been begging to ask, what is your workout routine and how do you get so good with the ball at your feet? Please tell me, how do you train? Seeing as you're transitioning more to the managerial role now with the Wired Riders, you were quite the formidable player with Denmark back in your day. What did it take to reach the top flight of football in your time as a player?
A decent food etiquette, making sure you don't eat too much, which I sent to the boss. But making sure you have a good regimen and making sure you stay on top of data and trying to hit those metrics, because at the end of the day, if you look good on paper, you look good in real life. So trying to hit those stats on paper and really look good. So that's my will.
You know, that's great thoughts, Gavin. I really appreciate adding on to that. You know, speaking of metrics, I feel like that's been really a buzz item. Buzzword now is a lot of times people call players stat merchants and metrics darlings without actually passing the eye test to look on the field and really see, are they bringing flair? Are they bringing excitement? You know, we look at comparisons often, you know. Kevin De Bruyne is a good example. He has better stats statistically than Zinedine Zidane, but universally, players would say that Zidane is the better player overall. What can you say to that?
I mean, there are great examples out there in the game today. I mean, if you look at stat merchants, you could look no further than Mohamed Salah, and you have some players out there that are just top class. And Bukayo Saka is just a simply inferior player than Mohamed Salah. But the stats, they favor Salah, although Saka is clearly better.
Now, it could be said that something that would attribute to Salah's success is his continued success over a longer period of time, whereas Bukayo Saka is a relatively younger player. Do you think he has the potential to supplant him? Even though we are talking about a different league, but, you know, we're talking about soccer right now because it's fun.
Bukayo Saka at the beginning of last season had 11 assists after 8 games, 6 games, 7 games, and without his injury would have been in contention for Ballon d'Or. However, his 3-month hamstring injury meant that he could not cement his place among the elite, and Mohamed Salah decided to run away with it because of the stats having at the beginning. At the same time, he is top class, so you can't take that away from him. However, should have Bukayo Saka had been healthy the entire season, I wholeheartedly believe that Arsenal will win the league, and Bukayo Saka will finish top 5.
Interesting take, despite Mohamed Salah having a record-breaking season. Now, getting back to the Stealth, we really don't have any need, and we have a guest appearance here in the National Soccer. Taylor Pierce, the newly elected manager for the Albuquerque Stealth, formerly the New Mexico Mexican Citizens. Taylor Pierce, what do you have to say about your team's prospects despite getting knocked out in the semifinals of this past season? How do you feel about this team? Re-signing 7 of your starters this season, just building great depth and great strength. What are you looking to build on here?
Well, considering I apparently beat you in the last season, I don't think I have much to worry about. And you know, I think we have a really good new addition to the team that's just going to continue to, like I said, that step, and hopefully do better this year.
Well said, Mr. Peters. We're excited to have you aboard here in the National Soccer League. And let's say this rivalry is just getting started. We'll see you in the regular season. Now, on to the pick.
Whoa, turn that up. With the 21st pick of the 2025 National Soccer League Draft, the Albuquerque Stealth select Yaya Skunta, Uganda. Great choice. Great choice.
I didn't even realize Yaya Skunta was in.
Oh, he's in there.
Where is he?
He's down there. I forgot who's next already. Is it the Kodiaks?
It's the Kodiaks.
It's up there. Is it
Where
Kodiaks?
is Yaya?
The Kodiaks are on the clock, I think. I don't know.
Who's Kodiak?
Dude, where is he? Out the And the Albuquerque Stealth drafted Yaya Skunta out of Uganda, a former Boy Scout known for his antics at the Woodruff Summer Camp Retreat. Yaya Skunta is sure to bring an impact on the Stealth team, who really didn't have a lot of needs after making it to the semifinals of this year's NSL season. He's sure to be a high upside player who can really fill in a lot of places on this team. Looking forward to see what the Stealth are going to use with this talent moving forward. Great pick from Albuquerque and young Taylor Pierce. Welcome to the league. Now, looking forward at our draft breakdown, we have got, I have now opened to Microsoft Teams accidentally. Looking forward to the Alaska Kodiaks, another semifinal team who spent big in the offseason last year, signing Christian Shona to pair along with Abdul Ishban Abdul Rashid. A wonderful attacking duo for their penalties. They were the highest uptick in penalties across the league. Somewhat known as the bad guys across the league for their antics in this, often leading to some speculation that there will be a rule change still to be decided after the board meeting that concluded this past June, awaiting the results from that. So looking at the Kodiaks, the team with not a ton of needs, but we're going to look forward to see what they need. Left back, after Ilke Ajwe Untueta's drafting, there's not a lot of left back prospects here, so you can see them looking to fill in the center back side because their offense was quite potent, so probably going to try to build defensively here in this draft class. James, what do you have to say here?
I do feel a little bitter to the Kodiaks as they were the team that knocked Scouts out of the playoffs. I do agree with you on the whole penalty issue, though. They were a little bit, seen as a little bit the cheesemonger team among the league. So hoping that there's some updates made, some rules changes that may follow hopefully in the coming season.
Great words, James, calling them the cheesemongers. There's really not a big uptake in mongers in this day's economy. Really, all you have is cheese, fish, and war in that category. But beyond that, there's really not a lot. Maybe fear could be another thing that's monger these days, but beyond that, really not a lot. But the Kodiaks sure are a fear and a cheesemonger when it comes to their performances on the pitch. Now we're getting back to Gavin, playing some Pokemon Sleep. What do you have to add to this conversation right now?
I am excited to see how this season will play out. I know that this is my first draft, and seeing how this whole thing plays out. Obviously, I support the Wide Riders, but seeing how all the other teams are drafting is giving me a lot of hope and determination to pay more attention to the league this year and ensure that my Wide Riders finishes as playoffs and I'll have a chance to challenge for the title.
Well said, Gavin. We really appreciate bringing that in. The White Riders are a talented, historic team here in the National League. We look forward to seeing them hopefully reach the top flights, the upper echelons of performance in the National Soccer League. But yes, hopefully after this draft class, it's going to bring a lot more parity, a lot more excitement, and a lot more energy to a league that, as we all know, no game ends in a tie. Every game ends in a win, and that is something that this league promises, and it's really exciting to see how that's going to play out at the pitch. And the teams have finished concluding their talks, so we'll see what the draft pick is here for the Alaska Kodiaks as we go on here. Never mind, the manager is taking his time and he's coughing. He packed up his
Due to unforeseen time constraints, we have decided this will be the final pick of the first round for tonight's draft. So with that, let's finish it off. The Alaska Kodiaks have selected Jin Taek Shin, forward from South Korea.
Nice.
Let's get up to our booth one last time for final thoughts and comments. Wait, hold on, just pause it.
Well,
Two
what
seconds.
a-
Just wait. He's got a cut scene, my bad.
Pause for effect.
Yeah. There he is, guys.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, there
He's got gloves on.
He's right there. There
He's
he
right
is.
there.
He's sure like 50.
How about 90?
Yeah.
90.
90. Has it gone up? Is the night's gone on?
I think it has, yeah.
Can I talk to you? Yeah,
You can talk. You can talk.
Jintek Shin, the gloved gladiator out of South Korea, has been drafted by the Alaska Kodiaks. A high floor player, also with a high ceiling, you know, projecting at a 84, but could reach an 88. He could fill in really a lot of different positions here for the Alaska Kodiaks. He really didn't have a lot of needs. He's going to be a great fill on this team, and wow, what a draft it has been. We are going to cut it short tonight with the St. Louis Thunderbirds, wait, not St. Louis, with the Springfield Thunderbirds and the Utah Pioneers to round out this first round, but we are going to shut off the broadcasting tonight. We really appreciate all of you who have tuned in and joined us tonight. This has been an absolute pleasure. I'm your host, Ben Weaver, signing off along with James Hummel, Matthew Hummel, Gabby McKinley, and the rest of our adoring fans here at the National Soccer League Draft here in Atlanta, Georgia. It has been a pleasure and a privilege, and we will see you guys for the second round. Good night.
Mike, drop.